Can you make money as a health coach? Today, I want to answer that question for you. It's one of the top questions I get asked all the time. You may be asking yourself that, can I really do this? Can I help people get results? Will people actually pay me to health coach them? So I want to dive into this topic today and give you some insight about, can you make money as a health coach? And for you specifically, if you're wondering about yourself, I want to give you some things to think about and so that you can answer this question for yourself. So if you want more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I do new videos every Tuesday. So hit the subscribe button and also the bell if you want to get notifications each time I post a new video. So I want to start by talking about a client of mine that I was actually just speaking to last week. We had finished working together a couple months ago, and she's really been doing amazing things in her business. But we were reflecting back really to when she first started working with me. And she had a background as an occupational therapist. She had, training in doing that and had been doing that and really wanted to switch over to doing health coaching. And she had so many doubts about doing this. Can I really do this? Is it the right thing to do? And I have this degree in something else, which, should make me a lot of money or should make me a good income. And just really could she do this? Does she have what it takes? And that's where she was when we first started working together. And now she's built an amazing business for herself. She's making more money in her coaching business than she was making doing occupational therapy. And she's looking at branching out to group programs. She's been doing amazing things. And she's built her confidence in herself so much. And now she's at the point where she's like, yes, of course I can do this. This is awesome. I'm doing it. But you're probably at that place in the beginning where you're still wondering this about yourself. And so in today's video, I'm going to talk about the steps and the things that you need to be thinking about. If you're in the place where you're questioning this yourself and you're like, can I really do this? I want to give you a shift in your perspective so that if this is something you want to make money in your health coaching business, that you know what you need to do to make that happen. So let's go ahead and dive in. I have a few things. I have 5 steps I'm going to go through with you guys today. Okay. So the first thing I want you to know is that self-doubt, so all these questions you have about whether you can really do it, is perfectly normal. And everybody in the whole entire world has self-doubt. So if you put this expectation on yourself that you should not have any self-doubt, and that if you do have self-doubt, that it means that you probably can't do something, then you would probably not be able to ever do anything new because anytime you try something new, you're going to have self-doubt. And really, this is the brain's protection mechanism. It kicks in and it doesn't want you to try anything new because it wants you to stay exactly where you are, because your brain always sees where you are as safe because you're alive. And it says, oh my gosh, if you're doing something new, it's scary. We don't know what the result is going to be. And so it's going to start firing off all these self-doubt statements in your mind to try to stop you from moving forward with something new. So it's good to just understand this and to know that this is the brain's job and that this happens for everyone. So you are normal and it's okay that you have self-doubts. And that being said, that's going to bring me to step number 2, which is that you want to take responsibility for your life and for your results. And why this is so important is because everyone does have self-doubt, and you can either let your self-doubt stop you from creating what it is you want in your life, or you can hear that voice that's saying you may not be able to do this, you don't know enough, and you can take action and do it anyways. So what happens is a lot of times we're asking, can I do this? Can I do this? Do I have what it takes? And what I want you to realize is that is actually a victim mentality where you're putting the power out of your hands. You're you think that some other thing or, something in the universe has the power over whether your business can be successful and whether you can make money, whether you can really help people. And what I want you to do is actually shift this question you're asking, and not can I do it, but will I do it? So I 100% believe that if you have the desire to do something in your life, that yes, you can do it. But the question that you want to ask yourself is, will I do it? And why this is a better question is because you can, but will you? And that's really the question, because the will you is, will you take the action? Will you be willing to feel the feelings and the discomfort that comes with doing something new, with doing something that is out of your comfort zone, where you have to learn a lot, where you have to get visible, where you have to put yourself out there? So that is the question I want you to ask yourself instead. Will I do this? Okay. And the other thing about that is that when you ask, will I do it? I would ask too, why? Why will you do it? Obviously, starting a business is not cake. It is challenging. It is a challenge. If it wasn't, everyone would do it, right? Like, why wouldn't we do it? But it is a challenge, and that's why you want to know why it's important to you to start your business, and to have that why be powerful enough that you're willing to do the things that are uncomfortable to get your business up and going, to get clients, to get income coming in. So start asking yourself the question, will I, instead? So I want you to ask yourself this. I want you to see the difference between asking, can I do it, versus will I do it? And when you ask yourself, will I do it, is that a yes for you or not? Let me know in the comments, because I would love to hear from you. I think when you shift that, it really makes a difference. And if you say yes, why? And if you say no, will I do it? No, why? And I think it's such a powerful question. Now you know where you're coming from, and that's a better question. And the other thing to know is, like, your desire is going to drive your behavior. So if you really want something, you have that really powerful why, that really powerful desire. Our desires drive our behavior, just like when it comes to eating. Our desire for food, our desire for certain food drives our behavior to eat, or to eat certain foods. Same thing when it comes to our business. Our desire to have particular freedom or to make a certain impact really drives our behavior to actually move forward and get the results that we want in our business. Okay. So number 3, I want you to realize that your past has zero indication on what is possible for you in the future. So a lot of times we look to our past to find evidence that we can do something in the future that we want to create, that is new, that we haven't done yet. And obviously, if something is new and you haven't done it yet, you aren't going to find evidence in your past to back up the fact that yes, you can do it. And this is where a lot of people get stuck. They're like, I don't have any evidence that I can do it. I don't know, like, there's no proof that I can actually do this, that I can actually make it happen. And anyone who has ever done anything great, started a business, created anything new, any sort of invention, they couldn't look to the past to find evidence that they could make it happen. They actually had to go and do it and try it, and come from really like their future self and the belief that they can do it to make it happen. Okay. So if you're looking in the past and you're like, well, I haven't had, maybe I've tried a business in the past and I haven't had success, or you've done other things in the past and they haven't worked, or you're like, I've never started a business before. I've never coached someone before, and you're looking back in your past to try to find evidence that you can actually do it. You're not going to find it there, right? Because it's something new. So don't take your past as being an indicator of what is possible for you in the future. Your future is unwritten, and there's nothing in your past that indicates what's possible for you in the future, which is really cool. So that brings me to number 4, which is you want to take action from your future self. So I want you to step into being in the place where you have gotten the results that you want in your business. Maybe it's a certain number of clients, a certain amount of income. What is kind of that first goal you're setting for yourself? Or maybe you can even pick like a goal more in the future. Like pick something that feels doable, but a bit of a stretch. So it like gets you excited. But you can step into that future version of yourself and go back and take action, the actions that you're taking right now or that you're going to take in your business from this future self who's already accomplished this. And why this is so important is because when you're taking action from looking in your past or from even like right now, we get really caught up in like, how is this all going to work out? How, I can't see the path. Like how am I going to make this happen? And right now, if you're just getting started, like how could I possibly make $100,000 in my coaching business if that's like your goal? And that may seem like a really far stretch and you like cannot see how it's all going to work out. But if you're coming from your future self who's already done it, then you already know it's done and I believe it and I know it can happen. And then what that gives you the freedom to do is to start taking action now without getting so caught up in how it's going to work out, but just believing that if I take action and I move forward towards it, I can make it happen because you already know that it's done. It's as good as done. So all you got to do now is start taking action where you're at and keep learning from that and maybe, shifting a little bit. But as long as you continue taking action, it's done. So that is really a powerful place. And I was actually just recently reading a book. I think it's by James Clear, the Atomic Habits or the Power of Creating Habits, something about creating habits. But he was talking about it's actually the anticipation of a reward versus actually getting the reward that gets us to take action. So if you have this anticipation that you're going to get this result in your business, it's going to be so much easier to actually take that action. Whereas if you are anticipating that it's not going to happen or you're so focused on the negative or I can't do it, then why would you take action in your business? Because you're not believing that you're going to make it happen. So when you can get into this place of the anticipating the reward of, having the impact, having the income, working with the clients, then you're going to be able to take that action because you're going to be motivated and you're going to be excited about it. Okay. All right. So number 5 and the last one that I have for you, step number 5 is to get support. I think a lot of us believe that we should be able to figure out starting a business on our own, starting your coaching business on your own. And this is a nice thought to have, but it's not realistic. And it's really, really challenging. I really don't know any successful coaches or business owners who haven't worked with a mentor to help them in their business. And why this is so important is number 1, if you haven't run a business before, maybe you even have run a business, but you haven't run a coaching business, you don't exactly know what actions to be taking. So that's number 1, like knowing what actions, but the biggest piece is having support around the mindset, around like all these things, all these fears, all the doubts that come up for us, because a lot of times we get so into our own head and we just see it as the truth, as opposed to being able to kind of like step back from it like someone else usually can when they look at our life and, they're not so in it. But to be able to get that perspective that helps us move forward. And it's one of the biggest transformations that I see with all my clients is just around their mindset and their confidence and like, I can do this. And so that really goes back to the number 1 question is, can I do this or can I make money as a health coach? And really creating and growing and building that belief that you can. So it is about having the courage to go and start taking action and having that belief. So those are really, really the biggest keys. And I want to add on to that one is to allow yourself to make mistakes, because there's no way to start a business without making mistakes. We all do it. Even when you do get support, you're going to make probably a lot less mistakes when you get support and your path is going to be quicker. But you're still going to make mistakes and that's okay. It's part of the process. You have to do these things to learn, and then you make little corrections and then you do it again. And that's the way we do anything. If you're learning any new skill, you have to make mistakes, and then you learn, and then you do it again. And so to allow that to be okay, don't get into this perfectionism, like I have to do it right and I have to do it perfect, because that's so much pressure. And if that is your expectation for yourself, then you'll never be able to do anything new, because nobody does everything perfect right away. So those are the 5 steps that I have for you. And I would love to hear your biggest takeaway. What shifted for you just in hearing that? Like, are you kind of seeing a different perspective as far as whether you can do this or not? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below. And I also want to let you know about an awesome training that I have that walks you through exactly what steps to be taking to get consistent clients and income coming in your coaching business. So I will link that training below this video if you want to sign up for that and watch it. I know you'll find it super helpful. The other thing that I want to offer for you guys is that I know you're going to find helpful is I offer a free business breakthrough session, which is a call with me if you are wanting support with building your business, getting consistent clients, getting consistent income in, breaking through some of these self-doubts so that you have the confidence to go out there and do it, and the support and the feedback to get these results in your business. So if you're ready to move forward with your business, ready to get those paying clients, I invite you to sign up for that call with me. I'll put the link below this video as well. So if you found this video helpful, definitely let me know. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so that you can get all my newest videos that come out. And I want to thank you so much for joining me. I know that you have important work out to go and do in the world, and I don't want your self-doubts to stop you or for you to think that there's something wrong with you because you have these doubts, because we all have them. So go out there, do that powerful work that you know you're meant to be doing. And if you want support, make sure you sign up for a call with me. Thanks again for joining me, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.